So, guys, I want to welcome you to really the foundation of what we're rebuilding in 21, right? You're either preparing or repairing. And I think we're doing a little bit of both right now in this season as we get ready to go into 21. And what I wanted to share with you guys today is how to attract a leader and then how to develop a leader. Why? Because leadership and belief is the foundation to our success. Leadership and belief is the foundation to our success. So the first two things I want to talk about today is number one, how do we attract a leader? And then number two, how do we develop a leader? Okay. Why? Because leadership will multiply your organization. Everything rises and falls on leadership. So we got to know how to attract leaders, but most so importantly, we got to know how to develop them. Right. So now let's talk about number one. If you got your pen and paper, and I always got to say this, guys, repetition is the mother to learning. You don't want to check out while we're training. Because if you check out, you miss out on the seed of information. And we understand that information changes situations. So you want to be able to get locked in and focus on the words. That's a skill. Listening is a skill. So you want to develop that skill while we're on the Zoom call because it's going to pay off in 2021 because it's a seed. Now let's talk about it today. So number one, how do we attract leaders, right? How do we bring leaders to the table? How do we attract a higher caliber of people into our life, into our relationships, into our business, right? Into our community, into New Levels, No Devils? How are we going to attract 5,000 students in 2021? Let's talk about it. The major point I want to make, I want you to write this down, is presentation is a seed. Okay, I kind of hit on it yesterday, but what you have to understand today is that presentation is a seed. A seed for what? A seed for persuasion. Presentation, how things are presented, how things are portrayed, is a seed for persuasion. Okay? Now, let's talk about 4 areas that, as a leader, you need to plant seeds in your presentation. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about number one. Number one is your appearance. Number one is your appearance. See, what you have to understand is that we don't need to dress, right? We don't need to look like what we've been going through. And what I mean by that is, if you're claiming chairman in 2021, you have to start dressing like a chairman today. This is why I says I'm so happy and grateful now, where if it's now, you already won. So you have to appear like a chairman. That means what do we have to be conscious of? Because presentation is a seed. Now, we're in a $7 trillion a day industry. And we're talking about the largest financial market in the world. Does our presentation represent that? Are you with me? See, in order to get around money, you got to talk money. You got to look like money. Money attracts money. So it's your appearance, right? Now, how does that break down? Well, we know that. How do you carry yourself? What are you wearing every day? Right? How do you present yourself? Is your nails done? Right? Is your face clean? Is your clothes clean? Is your car clean? Right? How are you carrying yourself on a day-to-day basis? See, sometimes your comfort zone will have you in your broke zone. Right? We just creatures of habit where it's cold outside, it's wintertime, and we just naturally throw on some sweats. We naturally just want to throw some things on. Some of us right now got things in our closet that have holes in them, but we okay with walking around them in the house. See, that's a part of your paradigm. Why would you want to walk around in something that's holy? Why would you even want to have something broke in your house? It shouldn't be in your closet. It shouldn't be in your car. It shouldn't be in your kitchen. We don't want nothing broke in our house because that is a paradigm. And until we fix it, that means we're okay with it. And whatever you feed, you can't change. See, sometimes we allow things to break down in our life and we figure out how to live with broken pieces. It's better to fix it than to live with broken pieces. Are you with me? So it's your appearance. Are you carrying yourself like a chairman? If I was to go to your page, see, what you don't understand right now is that there's thousands of people that's watching you, but they're not saying nothing. There's a pastor right now who has an organization of 500 people that's ready to join you, but he's watching you. It's your appearance. Okay? So starting off with your presentation, it's your seed. We got to keep our hair cut. Ladies, we got to keep our hair done. We're talking about a $7 trillion a day industry, and we don't want to make sure our kitchen is good, right? So we got to present ourselves, right? So you got to always make sure that your appearance is up to par because you attract who you are. You attract who you are. So you want to make sure that number one, because our presentation is a seed for persuasion. If you want to attract a higher caliber of people, you got to reflect that in how you look. It's your dress game. You got to carry yourself like you're somebody. Okay, now number two is your character. Number two is your character. See, you can't go recruit a leader. You got to attract a leader. And you're going to do that through your appearance. Number two, your character. See, sometimes your gift or your talents will put you in rooms your character can't keep you. Sometimes your gift, your talent will put you in rooms that your character can't keep you. People are attracted to good people. So you got to make sure your character, your integrity is up to par. Always pursue the truth because the truth will set you free. Don't ever diminish your principles. Okay? Stand on your principles because if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. It's your character. Are you with me? That's why we say not all money is good money. Why? Because what are the principles that I have to manage to get this money? Everything has to be built on the truth. Has to be built on God's principles, the truth. Do right. Okay? So you got to make sure that everything that you do does it with good character. Your business, integrity. We ain't got to steal nobody. Right? Because if you got to steal somebody, guess what? Somebody gonna steal them from you. If you sleeping with somebody's husband, guess what? You already know the rest. You ain't got to steal nobody. What God has for you, it is for you. So you got to move with great character. If you want your presentation to be off the chain, online, you want your character to be off the chain. Offline, behind the scenes. See, what you do in the dark will determine how you shine in the light. It's karma. You can't run from your character. You are who you are. Blair, I love when Jay-Z said that. Now, the third thing that's going to really make sure your presentation is lit, it's going to make sure your presentation is intact, is your vocabulary. Succeed because money is listening to how you talk. Money is listening to how you talk. See, different environments require a different vocabulary. My mentor says, never be lazy with what? Language. So you don't want to be on Zoom calls talking about finna, coulda, on God, shoulda, woulda, about to. You want to talk with a position of posture, the vocabulary. See, our mouth has the power of life and tongue, and some of us are talking ourselves out of Chairman 10. It's how you talk about the business. It's how you talk about your life. It's how you talk about your posture. Whatever you're saying online is either pushing people away or bringing people to you. We talked about that last night in training. So it's your vocabulary. You got to talk that talk, but you also got to walk that walk. Your vocabulary is a seed. Certain environments require certain language. Listen, you know what's crazy? You can't hide bad language. When I listen to people talk, I know from a shadow of a doubt what their net worth is. I can estimate just by the the tone of their voice, the words they choose to use. See, your mouth is a ministry. Your mouth is a ministry. So how you talk to people, how you articulate yourself, people are going to judge you. People are going to judge your appearance. See, ladies, what do we do first? Watch this. Ladies only. What's the first thing you notice about the guy? What's the first thing you look at? As the guy approaches you, ladies, what's the first thing you look at? Drop it in the chat box. Watch this, family. See, the ladies, they will never lie to you. Ladies, drop it in the chat box. Shoes. Okay, Janice says shoes. Shoes, teeth, shoes, attire. How they dressed. Teeth, okay? Anything else? So, ladies, watch this. Hands. Hands. Fellas, take notes. Shoes, teeth, and hands. Fingernails, see that? So, ladies, if I would approach you and say, hey, listen, my fingernails is dirty as the as underneath a Ford Chevy. My fingernails dirty as a Chevy. My shoes are bent over. They talking to me. Y'all remember high school? You got them gym shoes. They used to wear the gym. But then I talk about, hey, do you keep your business options open? Right? You look at my shoes, they went up the park. My fingernails are dirty. I'm not clean cut. And then my shoes are talking to you. And then I ask you, hey, do you keep your business options open? All right, now let me shift it to the fellas. Hey, fellas, what's the first thing you notice about women? Right? I think we got about, how many fellas we got on today? Okay, any of my fellas that's on today, we got all ladies on today. Oh, Dom is on. And we got Dom and Dre here. So, fellas, attire, language, and mannerisms. Okay? Hair. Dre says hair. First thing I look at, too, eyebrows. Dre laughing at me. Look, I look at eyebrows. Look, for real, how she carry herself. I look at fingernails, if she need a fill in. Ladies, this is serious. Right? Just like y'all look at our nails, I'm saying, damn, she need a fill in. She's talking about a $1 million business, and she needs a fill in. Right? Then I'm looking at shoes. I'm looking at how she carry herself, but then when she open up her mouth, that's everything. Makia said, not that she need a fill in. Absolutely. Right? Because I got to know how she treats herself. I got to know what's your standard. Okay? Said maybe she's on the way to get her hair and nails done. Okay? Just like we on the way to the gym. Right? Maybe we on the way to the gym. But guess what? You're not supposed to judge a book by a cover, but how can you not? When presentation is a seed. Are you guys with me? It's the cover that's attractive about the book. People don't read books anyway. Most people, 90% of people buy books off the cover and the title. So I want you guys to look at the book, Think and Grow Rich. It don't matter what listen to the title. So I want you guys to understand, it's the packaging. My mentor used an example. He said, listen, the only difference between what pigs ate last night and what you eat today is just the presentation. It's just the presentation. Some of us, we eat bacon, we ate the same thing pigs ate last night. If you eat chicken, you ate whatever the chicken ate last night, but only thing different is the presentation. Yours got mild sauce and lemon pepper on it. The chicken ate it raw. So the only thing different is the presentation. What's the difference between a Benz, right, and a Ford Focus? The presentation. What's the difference in going to a T-Mobile and an Apple store? The presentation. Presentation is the seed for persuasion. Guess what? People sign up with you before they sign up with you. People sign up with you before they sign up with you because of your appearance, because of your character, because of your vocabulary. Now, the last point, number 4, is your vision. People are attracted to visions, visionaries. Fellas, let me tell y'all something. Ladies love a man with a plan. Ladies love a man with a vision. See, fellas, what you have to understand is that it's in a woman's nature to turn your vision into tangible results. Ladies, you ever realize that when your man does not have a vision, you don't have a clear purpose in a relationship? Which lady am I talking to today? Like, if your man is not ambitious, he's not chasing after something, he doesn't see a vision for himself, it's kind of like you don't see a purpose in a relationship. Right? Facts, okay? Just want to make sure I'm on the same page with the ladies. Agreed. Okay, cool. So a vision is attractive. Women and men love to follow people who got a vision. Think about Martin Luther King. He said, I have a dream. Now watch this. His vision and his dream attracted people all around the world who laid down their life for somebody else's dream. People laid down their life for another man's dream and vision. So guess what? You should always be talking about your vision, talking about the next 5 years, talking about what God is about to do in your life. Are you guys with me? Okay? A man with vision, right? A man with vision can really attract the masses. So you have to understand that it's 4 things that you have to really lock in on, because your presentation is a seed. Ladies, your vision as well. Listen, you say, well, most men are intimidated by women. No, we ain't. You talking about most men. Or you talking about the average man. I don't want to date a woman who don't have a vision, who don't have a goals. How can we partner if you don't have any goals to bring to the table? Right? If we are a partner, we got to play both our hands so that we can win the game of life. So you have to understand that presentation is a seed. So in order to attract a leader, in order to really plant seeds of persuasion, number 1, you got to have your appearance together. Number 2, you got to have good character. Number 3, your vocabulary, what's coming out of your mouth is coming back into your life. And then number 4, you got to have vision. Okay? If this is making sense, drop a 5 in the chat box. Okay? That's how you attract a leader. So now, every day, you got to be intentional when you wake up. You got to ask yourself this question. Do I look and feel like a Chairman 10 today? Like, no, wait a minute. I know y'all got y'all cameras on, but listen, right now, are you dressed like a Chairman 10? Do you feel like a Chairman 10? Listen, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. The major successful people, they've been up since 5 o'clock getting it in. Our personal spiritual mentor, she gets up at 3 a.m. Well-dressed, Gucci down to the socks. The question is right now, Josh said, I woke up like this. Right? So you got to understand, do you feel like a chairman? And listen, how you dress determines how you feel. And how you feel determines on how you grind, how you work. So listen, going into 2021, you can't let people catch you slipping. Watch this. You ever been in that space, you be like, man, I'm going to run to Walmart real quick. Let me just put this on. What happens the one time you went to Walmart and you just put something on? Somebody drop it in the chat box. The one time that you just going to put something on and run to Walmart what normally happens, guys? Somebody drop it in the chat box. Right? Everywhere, everybody be there. Right. You see a man you want to talk to, okay? You see everybody you know. Exactly. They caught you slipping. You on Facebook traveling the world, talking the talk, talking about you and your bag. Then we see you at Walmart, you got the side ponytail. You got your do-rag on. Fellas, we don't wear do-rags outside. Do-rag is for sleeping, not for prospecting. Fellas, we don't wear do-rags outside. We don't wear do-rags outside, right? Because we don't want people to affiliate us with the wrong type of personality. We don't associate like that. It's the law of association. That's why sometimes people say he was in the wrong place at the wrong time because he was guilty by association. Who are you hanging around with? Because I'm about to talk right now. If people around you don't look like a chairman, how can you be different? How can somebody see the seed of difference in you when everybody around you dress and look and talk like they broke? If their appearance does not match where you're going, if their character don't match where you're going, if the words, their language, the ebonics don't match where you're going, if they don't have the same vision as you, why are you around them? Can't attract them like that. See, sometimes people will turn down your seed because of your soil. Sometimes people will deny your seed because of the soil. I don't like who you hang with. Guess what? In college, if you hung around a loose girl, I don't want to use the term, but it's a garden tool. If you hung around a loose girl, guess what we associate you with? Hello? If she's promiscuous, she's sleeping with everybody, and that's her best friend, well, guess what? They all get down. That's how it is. That's why we say birds of a feather. They flock together. But guess what? The same thing applies with people in their bag. If this person is in his bag and you're hanging around them, then by default, law of association, you got to be in your bag. That's why you got to study the laws. You got to study the laws, the principles. You got to set the standard. I'm about to talk about that today. It's your environment. You got to stand on your environment. Let's talk about it today. Now, that is how we attract a leader. That's the value that we need to learn so that we can be conscious on how we can raise our caliber up and attract the right people in our life. Guys, right now is the time to plant seeds of presentation. Change your presentation, how you come off. See, your presentation is your posture. But when you don't have appearance, character, vocabulary, and vision, you're just an imposter. See, appearance, character, vocabulary, and vision, that's your posture. But when you don't successfully live in those lanes, then you're an imposter. You're talking the talk, but you're not walking the walk. You're fake. And guess what? Faith without results is fake. Faith without results is fake. But see, this presentation is going to be the seed to your results because people are going to look at you different. They're going to talk to you different. They're going to walk with you different. If you lock in on your appearance, your character, your vocabulary, and your vision. That's why the first thing I said, we don't talk bad about downline. We don't talk bad about nothing. We got a positive mental attitude. It's part of my character. Whatever I say behind the scenes, I'm going to say on the scene. Okay? Now, let's talk about how we develop leaders. We got to talk about how we develop leaders. Are you guys ready? Drop a 1 in the chat box if you're ready to learn how to develop another leader. Okay? Now, before we go into developing a leader, you know that it's show and tell. Everything that you duplicate, guess what? Because you love your sweats and your comfort zone, your downline gonna love their sweats and their comfort zone. You ain't gonna put on no heels, your downline ain't gonna know what it feels like. Are you with me? Everything that you do or don't do as a leader duplicates. Whatever you want to see in your organization, you got to first see in the mirror. Whatever you want to see in your organization, you got to first see in the mirror. You be like, man, why my team never have excitement? Because you ain't excited. When you ain't get the chairman screen, why you want your team to do it? Man, why my team don't show up to the calls? Because you ain't on the calls. Why my team don't show up to the events? Because you ain't at the events. Whatever you want to see duplicated, you got to first implement it. You got to implement it. Okay? Now watch this. Let's go ahead and dive into the things that you have to do daily to develop a leader. Now, it's 3 things that you have to understand you got to do for people. Number 1, you got to give them a routine for leaders. You got to give them a checklist, and then you got to reward. Routine, checklist, reward. Routine, checklist, reward. Let's talk about the routine that we have to do. Okay? Let's talk about the things that you have to do to develop a leader. Now, first and foremost, you have to do a leadership test before you develop the leaders. Why? Because some people are just want to be customers, and some people want to grow a residual bag out of this world. Don't confuse the two. You don't want to spend leadership time with customers. Are you with me? You don't want to spend customer time with people who want to lead. So you have to give them a test. Do me a favor, drop test in the chat box. Drop the word test in the chat box. Perfect. Now watch this. Before God gives you a testimony, what does he give you? Before God gives you a testimony, what does he give you? A test. So let me give you a story. In my first company, you know what the problem is? Y'all in love with good people instead of people who want to be good leaders. You in love with good people, but you're not in love with leaders. You gotta separate the two. Some people are just good people, but don't make them a good leader. They got good character, but does not make them a leader. See, my first company, I didn't know that. I never gave them a test. They were good people. We were friends, so I just automatically assumed that they wanted to build a business. I automatically assumed that they wanted my leadership development, but I never gave them a test. So let me tell you, I'll never forget my homie Mike. My homie Mike, my first company 5 years ago, Firelinks. When I tell y'all, I spent hours with him, training, right? Traveling with him, opened up my crib to him. I mean, we were on the phone all day, hours. And I could never, for the life of me, figure out why he's not getting results if he's spending as much time with me. I could never figure it out. Like, man, he get all of my time. And when I had to step back and look at it, I said, it's because this is my friend. He's not a leader. I said, man, this is my friend. He ain't a leader. And you got to get real with yourself. This is my friend. This is not a leader. Why? Because you got to give them a test. Here's a leadership test. Hey, Mike, do me a huge favor. I know you're ready to launch the business. I know you're ready to go chairman 10, 50, chairman 100. Do me a favor. I need you to go on eBay, go on Amazon, and buy this book. It's called Developing the Leader Within. Hey, Mike, I know it's Monday, but listen, by Wednesday, I just need you to read chapter 1. Okay? Cool. I'll talk to you Wednesday. Wednesday comes. Hey, what's up, Mike? What's going on? Hey, I'm doing good, T. What's popping? Hey, did you get a chance to read the book? No, not yet. Okay, cool. Well, listen, when you get a chance, just let me know. Click. Listen. You got to stop looking at people's mouth and start following people's feet. They're going to show you what they want. Their actions. You're going to see them on the Zoom call. I don't blow people's phones up. Hey, you get on the Zoom call today? Why? Because I ain't got to blow a leader up to get on the call. I ain't got to do that. Hey, you going, man, come on, man. You know you get off work today. You could be on the call. Nah, real leaders, they on the call while they at work. Look at Bree. Look at Drake. Drake be at work delivering mail and he got his headphones in, don't miss a call. But then he'll text me before. He said, hey, big bro, I'm gonna be at work, but I got my headphones in, taking notes down, getting it in. See, that's why you got to understand leaders. You got to be able to look at this. Don't fall in love with people's mouth. Fall in love with their feet. Because I ain't never seen an action that lied to me. Are you with me? I've never seen actions lie to me before. So you got to understand. You first got to give them a test so that you don't waste your time. You can't get your time back. I spent a whole year with Mike pouring everything I got, speaking. He hit everything, all of the nuggets. But he wasn't prepared to be a leader. Okay, so now let's talk about routine. There's 5 things that we got to do as leaders inside of our culture. Okay, write this down. Number 1, we have to get on trainings and get educated. Number 1, you got to get on trainings and get educated. That's number 1. The wisdom is in the Zoom call. Why? Because side note, write this down on the other side of your, like maybe on the side of next to your paper, next to your notes. It's 2 things we focus on: relationships and results. Relationships and results. That's what keeps people in the business. Relationships and results. So guess what? How do we build relationships? On Zooms. The knowledge. See, people are loyal to growth. You know why the real reason you ain't with your ex is because you outgrew them. And that, yeah, they looks is cool. You still love them. You got love for them, but guess what? It boils down to you just outgrow people. Why? Because people are loyal to progression. People are loyal to growth. That's why you got to build a relationship and then help them get results. And how we do that is we log into the trainings. Never miss a training, because this is how you get educated. Now, the A part of that is because you're on the training, your goal as the leader is to get your team on the training. You got to get your team on the Zoom. You got to build relationships first, though. And I'm going to talk about that now, routine, but this is things you got to do as a leader. I'm going to talk about that in routine next. But this is your checklist. Number 1, I got to get on the training and get educated. The Zoom link is where the bag is at. The Zoom is where the bag is at. Wait a minute. Right now, kids in high school, they on Zoom links getting educated. Except they taking notes from people that make $30,000 a year. You actually can take notes from people that make $1 million a year. You can take notes from people that make $1 million a month. You get on the right Zoom, you can take notes from people that make $1 million a day. Why wouldn't you get on the Zoom? Our mentor, David Imoniche, made $8 million in the last 90 days. He made $1 million in one day. You want to get those notes because those are seeds for transformation. He's giving you information. That's a seed, and you got to listen. You got to be tapped into the Zoom. That's why we say note takers are money makers, because those seeds, they harvest down the road. See, some of y'all think because you got a pile of notes that is not going to benefit you. Well, you got to apply this. You got to apply the knowledge, but understand that whatever you plant in the seed, in the next day of harvest. I've never seen that before. What I did, I see a seed and it comes up a little stubble, then it grows into a little something, then it grows into a little more something, then the more something, it grows taller, then the fruit comes. I seen the process of a seed. Are you with me? But giving starts to what? The receiving. I'm giving my time because I'm honoring the information. I'm showing up to the calls. I'm honoring my mentor with my presence. That's the best honor. Is your presence. When you can sacrifice your time. This is why, my mentor says, never make your mentor wait. Wait a minute. If we have somebody on a call that's made $1 million in 24 hours, why would you want to get on the call late? Because listen, He made it in 24 hours. You need to know it's power in the minutes. There's some type of power in the minutes. So you disrespecting the call, you disrespecting the seed. Because listen, you might have missed the information that you needed to change your life because you got on 2 minutes late. You missed it. You got on 2 minutes late because you disrespected the honor. That's how it works. So number one, you got to get on training. My checklist, am I getting trained and am I getting educated? Because I can't teach nothing I don't study. I can't teach nothing I don't study. I can't develop people if I'm not developing T. I can't train this if I ain't study this. Are you with me? So number one, you're a part of your checklist. You got to get on trainings, get educated, but then you got to pull your team on trainings. Okay? Number two, you got to plug into the system to get duplicatable results. This leaders, I'm only talking to leaders right now. You got to plug into the system. Are you with me? Plug into the system. I'm going to be talking about this tonight at 9 o'clock. But listen, we got a schedule that's about to drop. Flyers are getting made up now. We're going to be having an 8 a.m. trading call, right? Getting into the bag. We're going to have a daily skill set call at 5 o'clock. We're going to have a daily leadership and mindset call. And we're going to have an intro to Forex call every day. You got to, your role as a leader is plugging people into the system. Why? Because you can't manage 1 million people. The system can. The system stands for save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. If you want duplicatable results, you got to plug them into the same system. Listen, I don't care what McDonald's you go to. It looks the exact same all over the world. You go in, to the right, there's a milkshake machine. To the left, there's a drive-through. They got all the boards up there. It's the same thing, the same colors. But watch this. You ever go to Harold's Chicken? How is it that we having a debate about which Harold's is the best in Chicago? Did you ever ask which McDonald's is the best? You ever ask what McDonald's is the best? No, because their system is bulletproof. But when you put your ego in something, then you start changing the recipe. You're trying to do what you want. You want these type of fries, this type of chicken, and you want to do this type of way. And that's why Harold never became $1 billion system. Because the ego. Because of the ego. Harold is not duplicating. He's selling the sauce, but the sauce is the system. He got the drip, but don't got the sauce. Come on. Don't miss this. See, being duplicatable is something everybody can do. Guess what? I know you like to do your presentation a certain way, but is it duplicatable? I know you like to do a trading view. Trading view ain't duplicatable. I gotta be real with y'all. This is why we're gonna have a product call. Listen, we gotta get people all on this products because everybody can use the products. You can't duplicate your technical analysis. How you look at the markets, how nobody else will look at the market. I can't look at the market like Owen Wright looks at the market, but I can work the products the same way everybody else works the products. Listen, I can go to the gym and use the same weights to get swole. Even though people may use them different, but the products work for everybody. If you work it. I never heard somebody say LA Fitness didn't work for me. What? And the membership works for everybody. You just got to go work it. Somebody can get on the same bench and get swole. You can too. The bench works for everybody. So you have to understand is that you got to think as a leader, am I being duplicatable? We got to train on the products. We got to teach on the products because if you don't need the products, then why would you need this education? Are you with me? You're about to build $1 million business. So our job, our role is to get people in love with the products. That's what they make them for. You ain't paying $274 a month for you to kind of throw darts at the dartboard on TradingView. Do you want to be right or do you want to be rich? Do you want to be right or do you want to be rich? I had to come to grips. I'm not a trader. I'm not here to become an Owen Wright. I'm not here to be an educator. My voice is my gift. I'm here to introduce people to God's laws. I'm going to let the system of copying and pasting and using the products. I'm going to let the system take us to the promised land. It's the system. I'm going to bet on the system. See, y'all looking for personalities. I'm just looking for people who can work the system. I'm not looking for chairmen. I'm looking for people. Can you work the system? Because there's some people that don't have a social media following. They don't got Gucci in their closet, but they came in and worked the system and became a millionaire. They're in love with the products. And as a leader, we got to become products of the products. You got to stand on it. Don't talk bad about the products. Oh, man, swipe trades don't work for nobody. What? Why would you say that? Why would you speak that about the business? Why would you say that out your mouth? You can say which one you prefer, but don't talk about the products. When you down one product, you down the whole company. That's like me saying, you know what? I don't like reading Peter in the Bible. I don't like Peter in the Bible. Now, Peter, I don't like to read the book of Peter. I don't like Proverbs in the Bible. What are you saying? Like, his word is the word. So you got to understand that you got to plug people into the system. We got to duplicate it. And I'm going to train on this today. Okay, number 3, prospecting calls. We're going to do a prospecting call every day at 7 o'clock so you can build your business. But it's going to help you build your voice. And we're going to rotate. Listen, you got to learn how to do this presentation. Why? Because that's your seed. We can't plant the seed for you. You got to plant your seeds. Right? You want to do 5 to 6 presentations a week. Period. Now, the reason why you want to get on all the presentations calls so that you can learn how to present. It's the seed. See, everybody do their presentation different. Gio do it different. JVL does it different. I do it different. But see, what happens is you start taking people's recipes, put it on your pot, and you start cooking it up. That's how I got good. My mentor, let me tell y'all so crazy. When I first signed up 6 years at my first company, we did a home event. I had just signed up that day. That very night, right? I signed up that day. The very night, he did a home presentation. And he said, man, invite some of your friends over. I had 3 of my friends over. I said, cool, what do we do now? He said, yeah, get ready to do the first half. I'm going to do the second half. I said, the first half of what? He said, the presentation. I said, like, tonight? I said, like, you want to read it or what you want? Like, I didn't get a chance. I didn't get months to say, hey, no. He put me on the same day I signed up. But you know what that did? It embarrassed the hell out of me. But it fired me up. Because I was up there rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. I didn't even look. I didn't have no contact with the audience. My friends watched me read right off the presentation. But it embarrassed me so hard. Guess what I did when I went to the crib? I was so mad at my mentor. I said, I got something for you. Whole time he's at the crib. He's like, yeah, I know you got something for me. Your best. I went home and I practiced. Don't worry about it. I listened to everything he said. I watched some of his videos. I was at home taking all his sauce. Okay, I got something for you. All right, and I called him and said, hey, when we doing another presentation? I never forget, that was a Sunday. He said, we're going to do it Thursday. I said, cool. Let me do the first half Thursday. Came back Thursday. I snapped. He said, damn, what you been doing? He said, yeah, I've been working. Had to make up for it. Right? And that right there birthed the speaking in me. Because I don't never want another man to be able to be responsible what goes in my mouth. That's almost what he's saying. Like, you need somebody else to speak for you. You don't need nobody to speak for you. Right now, your job is speaking for you. You don't need another man to determine what goes in your mouth. Especially when what comes out of our mouth determines what comes in our life. You have the power in your tongue and you choose it for somebody else to determine what comes in your mouth. Speak your life. Speak it. Right? I got students say, I'm an introvert. That's okay. Speak it. You still got the same power in your tongue. Whether you want to be around people or not, you still got the power. So you got to understand that you got to get on these prospecting calls. Why? So that you can see how we run the system. LT ain't got no guests. Get on there anyway. Take notes. Right? This is how you get better. Because now is your time to shine. Guess what? T was down 2 weeks. Can't wait on T to do it for you. Whoever has the mic has the money. Whoever has the marker has the money. Whoever has the mic has the money. Who's doing the speaking? Who's doing the speaking? It's time for you to take charge. So as a leader, you got to develop your voice. This is how we're going to multiply. And listen, if the soil is a speaker, if the root is a speaker by heart, you already know what the fruit about to look like. Janice says the one with the clicker get paid quicker. Sheesh. The one with the clicker gets paid quicker. I can do this in a closet. I can speak to somebody showing them the presentation. I can do it without the slides. I don't need no slides. I ain't used slides and I don't know how long, but you got to work yourself up. It's your posture. I didn't start off. I started off reading word for word. Now I can go off the top because it's in me, not on me. So number 3 on your checklist, you got to be on the prospecting calls, the opportunity calls. See, we thirsty to get on the trading calls, but we ain't thirsty to get on the building calls. We ain't thirsty to learn. So what that says is you gotta appetizer appetite. And I never understood why people go out and just eat the appetizers. You ain't ready to eat. Like you just want half of the plate, like you know what I'm saying? Like God says you can have it all, but not have the small. So don't have an appetizer appetite. Wet your beak. Go get you a full steak. That's number 3. Number 4, very critical on your checklist. You got to host a training every week. And I'm going to lead by example. I'm doing 3 trainings a day. Coming out of being sick. I was sick. I couldn't train. That's what really made me sick the most. I missed Atlanta in a major event because I had to heal up. I'm still on the phone. Still talk. What's up? What's going on? Y'all happy? What y'all learned? What's going on? Put together 15 trainings while I was sick. Because why? It's in me, not on me. You got to host a training. It does not matter the rank. I don't care if you're a new customer or if you're a P5000, P1000, Chairman 10. You can host a Zoom. Your Zoom work like our Zoom. You got to get that value out there. That's how we grow as an organization. You got to put yourself out there. Are you with me? See, things start moving when you start moving. When you move towards God, God will move towards you. The Bible says, draw near to God, and God will draw near to you. Why? Because write this down. This is the major key. Our trainings is to help people understand. And guess what? Confused people don't do nothing in life. The reason why there's no momentum is because people don't understand something. I just want y'all to look right now. Do me a huge favor. Somebody drop in the chat box how many people on this Zoom call right now. Just drop it in the chat box. Somebody drop it in the chat box. How many people on this Zoom call? Watch this. I just want y'all to remember this. 16 people. Just watch. Just watch. Y'all about to watch this hands on. Consistency, the value. Watch when we about to explode. It's going to be the last time you're going to see a Zoom call like this. I'm telling y'all. 16. Okay? Now watch this. So you got to host a training. You got to put that value out there. Listen, right now in your calendar. I was prepared. I made a flyer for these trainings. Get your calendar and say, hey, next Tuesday, I'm going to train on this. And guess what? You ain't got to wait on nobody to tell you. You ain't got to get it cleared. God already cleared you. God already said, listen, I put in you the ability to solve other people's problems. So who do you need to clear from? You just gotta walk in your purpose, put it in your calendar, and do the Zoom. Now you're gonna get a schedule. We don't want it to interfere with our schedule so that we can lock into your Zoom training. Or just ask the leader, hey, I'm doing this Thursday. Trust me. What? Come on with it. I would love to. Let's hear it. So get your value together and put it in your planner so that you can put it in our life. Okay? So you got this is the checklist. Now the fifth thing. Your fifth thing, you got to call your team every day. You have to call your team every day. So checklist. Number one, I'm gonna get on all the Zooms. Number two, I'm gonna plug people into the system. Number three, I'm gonna get on the prospecting call so I can learn. Number four, I'm gonna host my own Zoom trainings. It can be a trading training, or it can be a mindset training, leadership training. Then number five, I'm gonna talk to my team every day. I was sick, man. People was calling me. I couldn't. Man, I like to talk. You didn't know how we going. Why? Because talking builds the relationships. Okay? Talking builds the relationships. Are you guys with me? So this is your checklist. Number one, did I get any trainings today? Did I get any calls today? Matter of fact, look at yesterday. Did you get any training calls yesterday? I did 3 of them. How many did you get on? You can see leadership can be tracked. It can be scaled. How many trainings I got on? How much education did I get yesterday? Number 2, did I plug into the system? Number 3, did I get on the prospecting call? Number 4, when the last time I did a hosted a training? Number 5, how many people on my team I talked to yesterday? Okay, that is our checklist. And let's talk about routine, and we're gonna be done, guys. I want to talk about routine. But if that made sense, if our checklist made sense, those 5 points, drop a 5 in the chat box. Okay, we good? Perfect. Now, let's talk about the routine. I'm sorry, yeah, the routine. The routine. Every day, I'm doing 3 things. I'm prospecting, I'm promoting, or I'm presenting. Okay? In my routine, I'm prospecting, I'm promoting, or I'm presenting. And I'm talking to my team. I mean, every day, my routine, because why? That's income producing activity. Posting on social media is not IPA, income producing activity. If I'm prospecting on social media, then that's productive. That because I post a status don't mean this income producing activity. Am I prospecting? Did I promote a call to my team? Did I promote an event to my audience? Did I promote? See, right now, leaders are always promoting something. I'm always coming to the group chat promoting. Hey, we got a call today. We got this call today. Drop another call, 4 o'clock. Drop another one at 9 o'clock. I'm always promoting. Tomorrow I'll be promoting another again. I'll be promoting a launch. So you always got to be presenting, promoting, and prospecting. Every day, did you present yesterday? The reason why you didn't present yesterday is because you weren't prospecting the day before. And guess what? The reason why you're not presenting and prospecting because you had nothing to promote. See how that goes together? I guarantee when you promote, it'll force you to present because you had some prospects. That's it. My checklist, my routine every day is presenting, promoting, prospecting. That's what I'm doing. That's what leaders are doing every day. Or if it may be too much for you, then break it into days. At the Chairman Factory, once the flyers drop on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're about to have a live presentation at the house. That means on Mondays and Wednesdays, we're going to be promoting for Tuesdays and Thursdays. On Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we're going to be doing 3 Ps. Now, so we got our checklist. We got our routine, our daily routine, because what you do daily determines what you do permanently. What if you just prospected 10 people daily, 20 people daily, 50 people daily? What if you just did a presentation once a day? That's chairman. These are chairman numbers. You promoting. So now we did our checklist, our routine, then we got to get our rewards. That's the rank. The rewards is the rank. When you in check, got your routine, you get the rewards. And then we want to reward our team because recognition means everything. Hey, I recognize you. Great job. Leaders, when people join our community, we got to recognize them. Hey, welcome to the family. Whatever you celebrate accelerates. When you don't welcome people, what you're saying is, I'm not ready for increase in my business. See, God will watch you praise other people before he bless you with yours. He gonna see how you act with other people's blessings before God gives you your blessings. That's why you got to celebrate everybody. It's just not your turn. It's cool. It's not your turn. But when people join, we got to make people feel welcome. We got to praise them. Hey, welcome to the family. Welcome to the team. Congratulations on taking a step in your future. Why? Because God is going to bring people into your life and they got to say they got to come through you. He never said they got to come through you. You don't know who on the organization might be the person that changed your entire life. Okay? So you got to have routine. You got to have a checklist. And then you have to have rewards. Who are you honoring right now? Who's been showing up right now? Right? It no matter, Platinum 150 customer, celebrate your two. Whoever helped you go 2 and free, celebrate them. Whoever helped you go Platinum 150, celebrate them. Celebrate your P6s, your P1000s. Celebrate. Everybody gets celebration. When praises go up, what comes down? Blessings. Okay? And I'm going to talk about that because tonight I'm going to tell you about 7 things that have an unstoppable 2021. I'm going to train again at 4 o'clock. I'm going to train again at 9 o'clock tonight. But listen, I don't want to be long tonight. Let me go ahead and get this up to YouTube. If you got some value from this call today, comment guided in the chat box. Let me know if you got some value from today's call today. Just comment guided in the chat box. Okay, perfect. Now, here's what I want you guys to do. For a lot of our leaders on the call, today, I want you to make a new list. Listen to the instructions. Honor the instructions. It's a seed. I need you to make a list of 30 names. I just need you to make a list of 30 names today and drop them in the chat box. Drop them in the group chat. That's it. I just need you to make a list because you got to get intentional about going into 2021. Because we're about to explode P1000s in the month of January. The question is, will you honor the instructions? Will you honor it? So make you a list of 30 names today and just drop them in the group chat. That's it, guys. So I love you guys. I'll see you guys at 4 o'clock and I'll see you guys at 9 o'clock. You guys have a blessed one. I'll get this up to YouTube ASAP. All right, family.